Okay, we're going to make this house with a chimney, front door, window, and a front porch as it's described here. So we're going to load up Sketchup, and under the templates we're going to select engineering meters right there and hit start. Might have to reposition my window. Oh, it looks pretty good. Alright, use the eraser tool to erase any images that are already there. Camera, standard views, ISO. And then we're going to lay down the base of a house down here as a rectangle. That's using the rectangle tool. Now we use the push-pull to pull it upward. This is the height of the wall here. Not critical on the heights or dimensions for this one. Still learning how to use this application. You can use the pan tool to kind of move it into position, or orbit tool to look more at the top. You can use the line tool to locate a midpoint along this ridge. You see the red points are just points where you can start drawing, but you can find a point along here which is light blue, and that is the midpoint. Pressing my mouse down and then dragging it across here, you'll notice that if I have it in this position, the line is green because it's parallel with the green axis like that. If I had it along here, you see it's red because it's parallel with that axis, and blue that way. I want to drag it all the way across the top of this slab, and then click once I get to the end, and I reach the midpoint, which is light blue. Then I can use the selection tool, which is the mouse, to select that line, and I want to move it straight up. Let me first move it a little bit around like this so you can get a better view of that, I guess. And I'm going to select the move tool, and I want to raise the roof. Now, you'll see that the dotted line vertical here is blue. That means I went along that axis. Now it's gray or black when I go this way or that way. It will snap into position right there once I'm having lifted the line straight up and down like that. You can take a better look at it like this, and you see that I did hit the midpoint right, and it is symmetric. Although the building's not centered on the axis, I do have equal angles and equal lengths here for the house. Alright, so that's the basic structure of the house. We could put a rectangle down here for the front porch. How about I first reposition it a little bit and then scroll in on my mouse to zoom in, and then put the rectangle in position here, and use push-pull. As you hover over it, it gets all the dotted lines on it. You know then that you can pull it out. Hover over this one, maybe lower it a little bit like that. And let's do another one here, starting there, and right about here. Push-pull, hover right over the right spot, carefully pull that out. Remember that at any time you can hit Control-Z to undo changes if you mess up, or you could use the eraser tool to erase any mistakes as well. Alright, so I'm going to lower this down just a little bit, and then put our front door on. It looks easy because this is the 10th time I've done this, and we're going to push the door in a little bit like that. And we grab a window and put it over here. Push that in. And then finally we're going to put a chimney on this. Scroll back a little bit, orbit tool, rotate around, and just like I'm going to supply you with an additional video with more details, basically doing the same thing here. But I do want to point out that as they did, that you could start anywhere on the roof, and if you go up, you see it's a blue line. If I go over this way, it's parallel to the red axis like that, and parallel to the green axis like that. So I could draw a chimney out here in space, but I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to hit escape right there, and then I'm going to hit, I wonder if the undo is up here. Undo draw line, and then I'm going to draw a line actually at the edge as they did. Not at the midpoint, but just at any old place here. And then I'm going to go along the red axis like that, and then straight down to hit the top of the roof. So along the vertical axis as indicated by the blue line. Alright, then I double click to finish, or also hit escape. Then I'm going to grab my push-pull here, and I'm going to make a chimney, but I'm going to move it way down there by doing that. So there's my chimney. And I can erase these lines here using the eraser tool. All right, there's the basic house there. We'll be adding more detail to this and learning more about dimensioning and detail and textures on the surface as we move along. All right, so let's go File, Save As, and then go to our desktop, and let's call this CAD exercise number 2. All right, then click Save, and let's see here. You want to browse for that file and locate that on your desktop. Well, you guys know how to do that. Locate that on your desktop, and then enter your campus ID, email address, and then click Upload. Just make sure it's the second file that you're uploading here for the second drafting exercise. See you soon.